Alright guys, Tony here. Let me know if you can hear me or we can get started on this. As you can see, this Google Doc just keeps getting bigger and bigger and expanding as I put in more stuff in here.
Everybody can hear you loud and clear, Tony.
Right, okay, so apologies for the other day, guys. I actually thought it was Friday, USA time, so I was around, like 3 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, and I realized I should have been here the day before. So my apologies for that. But anyway, we'll just kick on and carry on from where we need to start from for the traffic webinars. Okay, so let's just jump straight into this. There's two different ways that we can approach this, three actually, that we can approach this when we're doing this kind of strategy. We can do a churn and burn type thing where you're going to be creating a whole bunch of profiles for every product launch that comes up. For example, you might do a separate YouTube channel for every project that comes up. You might do a separate squeeze page or pre-sale page for every different launch. Okay, that is one way to do it, and you can really drive a lot of big volume, high volume links if doing it like that. Okay, that's one way to do it. The advantage is you can really go for the link velocity type thing using these kind of sites like Web 2.0 sites, the YouTube type of sites, the fan pages, that kind of thing, where you can really drive huge amount of links really fast and be very aggressive. The other way to do it is to do long-term authority site. And that's pretty much the way that I'm going to be doing it with this case study. Okay, so what we've been doing is we've been building out the template, and we've got that URL where I'm going to use that same URL every single time whenever I'm promoting a product. So I'm just going to change it out, and basically I can do that very easily because I'm using InstaBuilder 2.0, where I can just export the current page that I've got, and then I can upload that again into a different URL. So I've always got a sort of public page for every promotion that I've done. I can put it underneath a category called reviews on my website, for example. Okay, so there will always be a link there for people who are coming in, for traffic coming into the website, that can see these reviews, or the pre-sale pages, the bonus pages, etc. But with the ability with InstaBuilder 2.0 to import and export, I can also just import the original template again and start again with the same URL. The advantage of this is that I can build sort of over time a lot of authority into that page. Okay, and the reason I can build a lot of authority into that page is because we're going to focus on what basically is going to be like high quality but low volume links. Okay, high quality, low volume links. I don't want to be using the churn and burn massive sort of link building strategies onto my website, onto that page. I'm likely to do that with fan pages. I'm likely to do that with a YouTube channel. Okay, but for my website, I want to get high quality links, and that's what we're going to be looking at for the SEO side of things. So I've given you inside the chat, I've given you two URLs. Okay, you can see in here in the chat box. Don't know what it looks like in the public side, but anyway, what I've done is I've given you two mind maps in here, and these will be added into the web page as well. I've almost finished the course, but I decided instead of having about 12, 13, 14 different videos one after the other, I'm just going to put one playlist on the website. That's why it's not in the website right now. Okay, so we'll put a playlist in there so you can watch the step-by-step kind of over-the-shoulder stuff, and these will be in here as well. So I've done one for the launch tracking pre-sale template setup in case people are not using InstaBuilder 2.0. If you're using InstaBuilder 2.0, just use the import file that I gave you. Okay, and here we got one for the traffic as well. Now, try to keep this as simple as possible, and we'll be doing webinars to cover each of these, and you will also see this inside the step-by-step video course. Okay, hopefully I can get that up today if I can finish the course today. Right, so let's just jump in here. What we're going to be doing with the SEO stuff, mainly it's going to be done via video marketing. Okay, and with video marketing we'll be doing some embeds like for Web 2.0 sites. Okay, we're going to be buying some PBN links. You can either build your own or you can buy. Okay, If you don't have a PBN, it's okay. You can still buy links in good networks out there. Okay, there's several very good networks. Okay, I'm going to share some links with you that I found last night. We're going to be using Press Release, and we're going to be using Fiverr a little bit as well, because what we need to do when we're building up for a product launch promotion, you've got to remember the last couple of days you're going to start getting a lot of competition come in. Okay, if you get this started early enough and you start, building out your site, building out your links, building out your video marketing sort of campaigns and stuff like that, when it's coming up to the sort of 3 days before, 2 days before, the day of the launch, even the day after the launch, you want to increase your links at that time, because that's when everybody else is coming in. Okay, that's when you want to be increasing your links. It's really important that you can do that. Okay, and this is another advantage if you're doing the sort of PBN method, the PBN links, is if you're using the same URL every single time, because you can do some generic anchor text. Okay, you can have good high PR links going in there, or high trust value links, whatever going in here, and they will always be going into the same page all the time. Okay, this is what we call high quality but low volume links. Okay, so the PBN links are going to be a little bit more expensive, but they will be useful for every single launch promotion that you do, because we're using the same page this way. So you can actually save some money this way. Okay, you can still do the high volume stuff, but you're doing it with YouTube and you're doing it with the fan page, which will in turn be linking back to your pre-sale page. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Okay, and some things on Fiverr we will take, and some other Web 2.0 stuff we will take as well, which will be highlighted in this course. Okay, now for the social stuff, what we're going to do is we're going to have a fan page. I need somebody, if anybody's any good with Empire Avenue, if anybody's familiar with it, if somebody can volunteer just to help us. We're going to be using Empire Avenue. If not, then we'll get a gig on Fiverr. Okay. We're going to be focusing on reshares so that we got some interactivity. Okay, we want to have interactivity. We need some social reshares. We need those at the time of launch as well. We need those for the video, and we need those for the launch page as well, or for the pre-launch page as well. Okay, and then for the paid traffic, we're doing social video embeds as well. That's when you go into Fiverr and you can get a whole bunch of, you will see many of them. You will see like Twitter retweets, you will see Tumblr, some reblogs and all that kind of stuff. Just basically you can get massive amounts of video embeds really cheaply by doing this. I did one, I think last week, it was 2,000 Twitter retweets for a video, and that's basically 2,000 video embeds. Okay, so there's ways that we can use that as well. And also with the social, what we'll be doing here is we're going to be building IFTTT networks. Okay, and that IFTTT networks is going to be around that one URL. Okay, not just site-wide, but just for that one URL, where we're going to take anything that gets updated in there is going to be sent out. Okay, we can do that via RSS feeds, etc. Okay, so that's basically what we're going to be doing for the sort of free, and maybe we can call this earned traffic. Okay, with the social, because there's some things in here that we need to do so that we can get real people doing some real shares and real sort of interactivity happening. Okay, then we come into the paid traffic. Now this is really exciting. I've actually spent a lot of time in the last 2 days looking into this and going through some videos and stuff like this, and I'm really surprised that I haven't got into this before. There's some really cool things you can do with paid traffic, and it's really low cost as well. So we will be covering that. That is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to that one, to be able to do that webinar. And what we will do is we'll set up a campaign and a webinar from start to finish. Okay, where you see here for Twitter ads and Facebook ads and stuff, we're going to be using Perfect Audience, which will cover both of these. Okay, so that it's really simple, very easy to do. Okay, if I can do it, and I'm really not that great with the paid traffic. I'm just not that knowledgeable with the paid traffic until the last couple of days, really, when I started sort of digging into it. It's one of those things where I kind of dip in, dip out again, and I end up going back to SEO. I'm just naturally attracted to the SEO stuff. But, when I start getting into this, I actually get very excited when I realize, the scope of what you can do there. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that webinar and with the videos that we do in the course for that as well. Okay, so let's see if we get any questions right now, Robert. I'll just stop quickly, take a drink, and then we can kick on.
Okay, several people have asked if you would show your screen for the slide.
You can't see my screen? Oh, okay.
They
This.
wanted to hear it.
Oh, okay. This one?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Okay, so basically what we did just now is we've gone through the traffic mind map in here, okay? So, okay, I can come back over to my screen. Another thing we can do is we can run both together if you want to. It's extra work, but what you can do is you can run both of these together so that you can have sort of separate pages that you're doing this. But if you're going to do that, then I would really build a really good high quality Web 2.0 blog, maybe a Blogger, Blogspot, something like that, or WordPress.com, something like that. If you wanted to do sort of both, you really need to be doing high volume backlinks for if you're going to be building out separate pages for every promotion, it really needs to be high volume links to be able to rank properly. There's a lot of competition these days, so you need to be matching what they are doing. If you're not matching what they are doing, you're just going to get overtaken. Okay. So anyway, I've put in some extra resources in here as well, so you can find a list of short URLs, a URL rotator plugin, which I will explain how to use inside the video course. Okay, basically what we can do is we can put in a bunch of URLs and it will make one URL from it. Okay, I will show you a strategy that we can use in the video course for this one. Okay, you can get some short URLs gigs in here as well. So this is just really some resources for you to look at. I put in a couple of things that you can use as well. I mean, things like GSA. If you run just a $5 campaign from Fiverr about 3 days out, then that's going to help you a little bit as well. And you can use, there's a couple of options in here. Okay. Now what I've done in here with the long tail synth for VSA, if you click on this, it's going to open some keywords, okay, that we can use for the long tail syndication. So inside Video Send Alpha. So if you've got Video Send Alpha, this is going to be good for you, okay? And we got the modifiers, we got the keywords, and we got the third part, okay? We're not using location, we're just going to use a third part. Okay, so there's some things in here where I put an asterisk where you need to think how you're going to use them, because there's different ways that we can use this. I can put in here things like best bonus at the end, or I can use best bonus at the beginning, okay? It's really, really up to you how you want to use it. So I put an asterisk where you need to think a little bit, okay? And I put in as many here as I could think of. Now what you can do with this is you can go into File, okay, and you can click on Make a Copy, and then you can rename it and it will save it into your own Google account, okay? And that way you can build this out yourself. You can add more for yourself, okay? If there's any really, really sort of missing that should be in there, let us know and we can add those as well. So that everybody can use this. But this is perfect for Video Send Alpha, okay, for the long tail syndication. It means that we can go and optimize for multiple videos to be posted out, to be distributed for, multiple variations of product launch kind of keyword phrases, okay, which gives us a major advantage because, a lot of people will just go after the main ones, which will always be things like bonuses, best bonuses, reviews, etc. That's what most people will go for. Okay, so that is in there as well. It's inside this and slide number 10. Okay. Right. Any questions right now?
No questions, Tony.
Oh. Okay, how many people we got today?
Total 25.
Okay, cool. Right. Okay. So we're going to be starting the SEO Sundays again. Not from next week actually. From next week. So we'll get back to the old format of the SEO Sundays. I kind of miss doing them. We stopped them because we didn't have a huge amount of people coming in, but I kind of miss doing them. It keeps me on my toes, kind of thing, and I just want to be on my toes even if there's not that many people there. It's just it's better for me to be doing those. So that's a good thing to get as well. But what we will do from next week, we will start looking into different things, not just the SEO stuff. We'll just be looking at traffic in general, and we can pick up some really cool things that we can do. Okay. So yeah, traffic leak one, what I've got here, is that we can use multiple options for the SEO. Now, what I suggest is we don't always use the exact same formula. We don't, take, for example, you can go into a JV page from a product creator. You can take his demo video. You can get from his demo video, you can rip off the MP3 from that, and you can go over to sort of SEO clerks and go and buy a gig to get, I think it was about 80 audio links, for example. You could do that one week, and the next week you can do something else as well. Okay, those kind of links are actually okay to send to your main site, to your pre-sale page. They're also very, very good to send to your main video. Okay. So what we will do is inside the course I've actually highlighted various things that we can do, and I've done some over-the-shoulder training of what we can do. I would just mix and match. You don't want, the reason is you don't want it to take too long. You don't want to have too much expense as well, because if you don't make a profit, then there's no point in doing it. Okay, you want to do it as quickly and easily as possible. Okay, but you do need to vary it up a little bit, and because we're using the same page all the time, we should be getting authority built onto that page every single week when we're doing a product promotion. And don't forget as well, we'll be doing the IFTTT stuff, which in turn will be sending huge amounts of links back. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using high PR Twitter accounts, high PR Tumblr accounts, etc., and just manually adding those into the IFTTT accounts, and that way I'm just building more and more authority all the time into linking into that particular pre-sale page to that URL. Okay, and that way it should build authority on its own. We actually seen this, Robert, on the mass media blog for the press releases, that mass media started to rank really quickly now for the press releases, the massmedia.com.
That's right. Yes, it is ranking really well.
Yeah, and that's just naturally happens over time, guys. It just naturally happens. The more time you're putting more content on there, you just start to build authority. We're doing it slightly different with this because we're using the same URL every time, but what we are doing is we're just importing and exporting those pre-sale pages, so we will at the same time be building inside the site in the reviews category. We'll be building up every single week, another page. At least it's got the consistency which Google likes as well. Okay, and that's why you can really take a URL from nothing and build it into authority just by posting content. As long as it's good content, original content, then you're okay. Okay. So anyway, let's jump back in here. We've covered a lot of these different strategies that we can use. Now, what you will see here, I put some examples. I've got things like doc traffic. That's really slideshow. Slideshow is the one that's really ranking very well right now. Audio is a very good one to do because not many people are doing it. We can do stuff with images as well. Things like infographics, for example. You can get a huge amount of do follow backlinks from infographic sites. Okay, and you can get them done fairly cheaply, fairly quickly, fairly easily as well, just by using Fiverr or SEO Clerks, for example. Okay, now I'm going to be doing individual videos for these. Some of these are already done. These will be in the playlist on the URL that we're building out with the webinar replays. Okay, so there'll be video on each of these, and you can see the strategies that I've put together for you for these as well. And press release, I think, Robert, we need to talk after the webinar. What we'll do is we'll put together an offer for press releases for our sort of highest value press release. It's not even a service that we're selling right now. Okay, it's just something that we have got in the background. What we'll do is we'll put together a package where you can get a press release written and distributed by us. Okay, and we'll try and keep the price as low as we possibly can, but it's going to be, about $40 or something like that. So if it's something that you want to do and you want to take it to a sort of different level, these kind of press releases are the ones that you would find if you were using Newswire at $297 a month, something like that. Okay, what we will do is we will write them as well. So what we'll do is probably about $37 or something similar to that kind of price. Okay. Yeah, okay, so anyway, we will put something together for you for this as well so that you can get an option to be able to get those done. Okay, So with the SEO stuff, when I'm mentioning all this kind of stuff, the doc traffic, the audio, the images, the infographics, I'm really thinking about backlinking more than traffic, okay? I don't expect we're going to get a huge amount of traffic coming from audio sites. You might get from SlideShare. Audio sites, I'm not sure. I just don't see it happening. Images, sometimes infographics, they can really pick up and go viral, but you can't bank on that. So you've got to think more. These are more for backlinking strategies. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because if we're using it for backlinking strategies, we can use some of them as tier one going into a pre-sale page, but also we want to do sort of higher volumes that can go to the YouTube videos, that can go to Facebook fan page, etc. as well. Okay. Now with the Facebook fan page, we can also build out that we can put multiple options in there for retargeting, for getting people to opt in and stuff like that as well. But again, that's going to be inside the step-by-step course. Okay. Another thing to consider is using YouTube Live Commando or Hangout Publisher, okay, for your money videos as well. And the reason for that is because it ranks really quickly, really easily. Now, I haven't used YouTube Live because my internet here is not that great, although we have a VPN. So I tend to just use the normal uploads for YouTube. But if we're going to be doing these kind of campaigns and we want to rank and we know we've got a lot of competition, any advantage that we can use, we need to be using. Okay, so YouTube Live is going to have to be used as we start building this out. Now, at the moment, Cyril, he's agreed to do some stuff with me, but we haven't been online at the same time. I'm hoping I can get him today at some point. I know that he's having a pre-launch webinar where he's going to be giving out some really good YouTube SEO tips and stuff like that. So that is going to be like a pre-sale in itself from the pre-launch, where if people are doing this pre-launch webinar stuff, what happens then is you get cookied. As an affiliate, you get cookied for any traffic you send them. Now, what's really, really important about the whole thing that we're doing here by doing the pre-sale page first, okay, is that we can get the people retargeted for ourselves. So we need to figure out, how do we get people to go to our page so that we can get them cookied before we send them over to a webinar? How do we do that? Okay, pardon me. That I'm kind of still thinking about how to do it. I'm thinking it's probably easier to do it via retargeting. Okay, so what we do is we send the people over there, over to the pre-sale page. We can put in a pop-up there to say, look, there's a webinar happening, go and register over here. And basically what we can do then is get cookied when people go and register for the webinar. Okay, and how they do that inside JVZoo is they just change out the sales page URL to the webinar URL so that those people that are coming in are cookied for your traffic. If it's your traffic, you get cookied for it, so that if there's any sales come during the launch, then you will get paid for it. Okay, and of course with JVZoo you get paid instantly, which is nice as well. Okay, and is there any questions right now?
Yeah, we've got a couple of questions. Several people have been in the affirmative. They would join for $40 for the press releases.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, a bunch of excited people there for that.
Yeah, I think with the press releases, we really need to do the done for you. Yeah, we can see there's a lot of people not using who are members of mass media, and I think it's because people just don't know how to write those things. So we're working on that to find a solution. Right, anyway, so when we come into the video marketing stuff, by the way, this is just an overview video that we're doing, an overview webinar we're doing today. All the step-by-step stuff is going to be in the course, okay? I should have probably said that at the beginning. But it's all going to be in the course, which will be a playlist, which will be inside the URL that we're building out with the webinar replays, okay? So for video marketing, what we're going to be using, Video Send Alpha. If you haven't got Video Send Alpha, you can go to Fiverr and you can use Fiverr gigs for Traffic Geyser or Traffic Geyser. I'm not sure how that's pronounced, okay? And you can get some distribution done like that as well. Now, Traffic Geyser is pretty good as well. The only thing is you'd be paying every single time for promotions if you don't have the Video Send Alpha, and you can do multiple strategies with Video Send Alpha as well. So if you've got that, then good, you can use that. We'll be using bookmarking, Social Bookmark Commando, and Social Robot as well. Now, with the bookmarking, we can use it in both ways. We can use it both to the pre-sale page, and we can use it for fan pages, and we can use it for videos, and we can get very, very aggressive when it comes to the videos and the fan pages. Okay, we can really send a lot of links fast as well, and it really does have to be. I can remember before we released YouTube Live Commando, who was it that did, I can't remember who, somebody had done a promotion, and he was actually launch jacking. He used YouTube Live Commando. He sent something like 1,500 bookmarks, and he'd done some IFTTT stuff as well, I believe. Can't remember, but yeah, he was ranking really, really well, and that was for Spin Rewriter, I think it was. And you know, it will take that amount of backlinks. That it's not a problem to use that amount of bookmarks for these kind of launch jacking strategies. But you want to send that volume to YouTube, okay, or to your fan page. You don't want to send that to your web page. That makes sense. You want to keep for your web page. You want to keep it high quality, low volume, okay. I'm going to share with you in the next slide some links that I found last night when I was messing about. Okay, so we'll be using press releases, bookmarking, and we'll be using video send output, okay. We can also boost the money videos with search and click as well. I haven't used search and click, and I meant to try it last week because I know it's been updated, but I haven't used it since it's been updated. Have we used it, Robert or John, do you know? Is it working well?
Working very well.
Oh.
Yes, we use that.
Good, cool. Okay, I need to do some video with that one today, so it's good to know. And also the cheap social embeds. So if I go over to Fiverr, for example, just go over here. And we can go to retweets. And we can do the same for Tumblr reblogs as well. I think I even ordered some of this for Tumblr and I haven't submitted it yet. $500 Tumblr reblogs, $5. If you've got a video on Tumblr, okay, then you can have that basically distributed 500 times with these reblogs, which counts as video embeds, okay. And when we come in here, 1,000 Twitter retweets. So you give them your Twitter, your tweet URL, okay, for that particular tweet, and you can get 1,000 done there within 24 hours. This is kind of good for launch jacking, okay. You can get for within 24 hours because it's happening really fast. We need that velocity. That's okay to do with the videos, okay, and that will basically give you 1,000 video embeds, okay. Kind of important to look at it like this. It's really, really simple stuff, but you know, kind of useful stuff. And if he's doing that within 24 hours, then it makes it perfect for launch jacking, where we can really ramp stuff up when the competition starts coming in. What we want to do with this is get in early, okay, and increase when everybody else is coming in, okay. That gives us the advantage because we've got a little bit of longevity. We can do better marketing because we've got more time. And that's the advantage of doing just one a week instead of one every single day, okay? Because otherwise it gets really difficult. And what you will see with the people who have got big email lists where they're emailing every single day, they're not thinking along these kind of lines for the launch tracking. They're just basically sending emails to the list. That's all they are doing, okay? So you've got an advantage where you can build better marketing and you can build your email list based on better marketing. A little bit like what HanFan is doing. Okay, so what he's doing, he's building the sort of know, like, and trust factor. People know him very well. They like him because he's got a nice approach. He's got good service where he's interviewing those vendors from that create the products. And, you know, he's got a trust value there. He's got a trust value there. I've even had him sending, you know, comments that he gets from his list about, you know, any interviews I've done with him. And you can see by those comments that people really, really, really do trust him. And that's basically just superior marketing. It's much, much better marketing than just sending an email out, okay? It means that you're engaging. It means that you're getting that vendor to talk about his product. And, you know, people love to talk about their own stuff. They really like to talk about their own stuff. You ask anybody about their job or about their business, etc., they will talk all day about it, okay? So it's an easy thing to do if you can just get a hold of those vendors to be able to get them to spend even 15, 20 minutes or send them a bunch of questions, okay? So you can see here, like 5,000 Twitter retweets, very fast. I mean, $10, but that could be good. You want to make sure that you don't have to spend too much money, because if you're not going to make a profit, there's no point, okay? So set yourself a budget according to what you think you can make, and basically you can build up very, very quickly and very, very easily from there, okay? It's different for me, actually. Let me just go back and rephrase that. I would suggest you don't spend more than sort of 20, 25 bucks on Fiverr if you don't have an email list. For me, I would probably spend, you know, probably $40 or $50, maybe even 100, because I have an email list that backs everything up anyway. Well, I know for a fact I'm going to make more than $100 from the email list when I send out an email. But we want to do it nicely as possible, so we want to build in better marketing. And if we're doing this just one time a week, there's just one promotion per week, then you know it needs to be done nicely. It needs to be done properly. Therefore, I've got I don't have a problem to go and spend $100 on Fiverr to get some stuff done, or in different things. Okay, on average for a promotion, I would expect if you can build an email list over the sort of next 3 months, where you can drive 200 clicks, and this is possible. You can do this if you can drive 200 clicks after about 3 months from an email campaign, then you're going to be very, very profitable. And as I told you before in one of the webinars, once you get to that point, it's just a question. The only question you've got in your head is, how do I get more traffic? How do I get more opens? How do I get more clicks? Okay. And at that point, you've already won again, because you're already driving traffic. You're already making sales, because those questions don't come into your head until you have already made sales. And then you just grasp, you know, at that point, okay, this is working. How do I make it more? How do I make it, you know, how do I get more traffic? How do I get more clicks? How do I, because it increases the sales, okay? That's basically what we're trying to do. So what I would suggest with this is that anything you're doing with the Fiverr stuff, you're doing it for the purposes of not just the backlinking stuff, but what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're getting people who are coming into your pre-sale page, so that you can cookie them, so that you can retarget them, and so that you can get them to opt in as well, okay? You need to think about it both ways, and not just it's for backlinking the SEO stuff, but we want to do backlinking for the SEO stuff so that we get traffic into that pre-sale page, and we need to have marketing elements on that page, okay? So if you're not using the template I've given you, make sure you've at least got an opt-in form, make sure you've at least got some retargeting pixels and cookies, whatever, in there, okay? Let's jump back over here. So that's basically the approach that we're going to be taking with this. I might add to this, I might take away from this, I might do some different things. You know, when I start to do stuff, then, you know, other stuff comes in my head, and we'll just see where we go from there. But all of that will be documented inside the step-by-step videos. So anyway, last night I went over to a website called Traffic Planet. It's from, what's his name again? Terry Kyle, okay. And there's some really, really, really good services in here. I've noticed it a couple of times before. I've used it a couple of times before. And there's some really nice services in here. And some of these are really good for doing for your pre-sale page. For example, this. So he's doing high trust for PBM. Okay. This is really good because a lot of people, they can manipulate the Moz statistics, okay, the Moz metrics, I should say. They can make high domain authority. You've got to remember, Moz is not Google, okay? These kind of services for Majestic and Moz, etc., they're just doing what they think is what Google likes, but they are not Google. High domain authority means nothing in the grand scheme of things if it can be manipulated, because it's not Google. It's not PageRank. PageRank is from Google, but domain authority is from Moz. Moz is not Google, okay? So you've got to take a step back before you jump into these kind of services, and you know it's not everything is black and white. It's not everything as appears, because these metrics can easily be manipulated, okay? Trustflow seems to be about the best one right now, okay? And what he's offering here is Trustflow links, okay, from PBNs. And this is really, really, really good, in my opinion, okay? It's not cheap, but if we're building, well, it's actually very cheap, actually, but in the grand scheme of things, this is not expensive at all. To get 20 posts for $120 is not expensive at all, but you're sending that to the same URL that you're going to be using week after week after week after week, okay? So we need to do some setup. I would suggest that everybody who wants to do it that way would at least get 10 of these. At least get 10 so that you can do that, okay? You can do this for anything you want. It doesn't have to be launch tracking. It can be for your any kind of money site at all, okay? You can even do this for your videos, for your YouTube channel if you want to, okay? It will make a difference because these are good links to get, okay? So this one is actually very, very good. But if you go over to this Traffic Planet, he's got some great services in here, some really, really good services. I was actually really, really impressed last night when I was going through this. And I do tend to go in and out of here, you know, every now and again. And let's see if I click on this one. And you can basically go through some of these yourself. Okay, I went through them last night. I highlighted the best ones, and these are all on slide number 13. Okay, some really interesting ones that I wouldn't have thought about. This one for anchor text profiles, for example. Basically, you just give them some seed keywords, and they will build a proper sort of anchor text profile and do some backlinking. We've got other ones that are doing you know, mixed blast, for example. This is good for diversity for your anchor text, etc. as well. Some really good things in here that you can go and take a look at. And when we're building the campaign, the step-by-step videos, you can see me using some of these as well because I need to use some of these for my pre-sale page, okay? I'll put the link in here for, hold on, my mouse got stuck because I've got two screens open. This is for this forum. Terry Cows forum. I'm guessing actually when looking through that forum last night when I was looking through the services, most of the services are very good, so I'm guessing that he's putting some kind of filter in there to make sure that it's only really good services being advertised, which is good because I haven't seen anything really bad in there at all. There's a couple that's a little bit, you know, I would think twice before using, but it seems to be pretty good on the whole, most of the services in there. So I'm pretty sure he's got some kind of filter going on there. Okay, the other places where you can find services like this is places like Black Hat World, for example. Maybe in Warrior Forum Classifieds as well. You can find some. And you can get some good ideas for what you can do and quite low cost as well for your pre-sale pages. Okay. Have we got any more questions right now, Robert? Just take a drink.
Some questions, not really.
No. Okay. Is all this making sense to everybody, or not?
See, John is asking for that Google Doc URL you mentioned.
For the keywords?
That's right.
Yeah, it's inside the slide. I think it was on slide 10. Go down to the bottom here. Slide 10. Go down to the last one on the bottom here. You can click for it. I can take it from here as well.
The PowerPoint, John says.
PowerPoint? Oh, okay. Here's the one for the keywords. You can use that for the PowerPoint. Let's get this. It's the same PowerPoint every week. It's just getting updated all the time. So you can use the same every week. Damn it, come on. There we go. There you go, you got the link there for the PowerPoint. Okay, and any more questions coming in?
No more questions.
Right, okay. So basically I think we can start to probably wrap up for this week. And what we will do is I'm hoping I can get this course finished today and we can get that into the web page for the replays and stuff today. But if not, I'll just add what I've got probably by tonight, okay? The only thing is you need to go back and check again so that you can get you know, the updated videos as I add them to the playlist. Okay. So must be some questions. We went through quite a lot of, although it's not been a long sort of webinar so far. We've gone through quite a lot of information. There must be some questions. Come on, guys, let's ask now while I'm here, so that you're not wondering later. Don't be afraid to ask even basic questions, because this kind of stuff will cover you for a lot of different situations. It's not just for the launch jacking. You can use it for any kind of money URLs. Okay.
Okay, Andy says just keep it coming, that he's very much appreciative of all the information that you've been giving him, and he just wants to know more.
Okay, cool.
So
Thank
he
you.
wants
Okay.
more webinars.
All right. Okay. Well, once we've got these videos inside the website, inside the web page, sorry, what we will do is we can do an extra Q&A for those as well, for the traffic sort of videos that we will put in there. Okay, we can do an extra Q&A session to cover that. Okay, so what you can do in the meantime though is go and have a look at some of these things that we've got here that I put in here for Fiverr, because some of these are very, very good. Now what you will find when I'm doing the step-by-step is I will mention there, and I will probably update this as I go through these, which ones that we can use for sort of web page, pre-sale web page links, and which ones we're going to be using for fan page links, and which ones we're going to be using for the videos. Okay, so some of these, for example, like the GSA gigs, that is going to go to YouTube and to fan page. Okay, it's not going to go to a website, for example. Okay, this guy is pretty interesting as well. He's got some crazy sort of SEO strategies, really high volume kind of stuff, really aggressive kind of stuff. He's actually very good for that kind of thing. But really, for that kind of thing, I would put that to, I would put his stuff linking to a fan page, and not even to the videos. I would just do it to the fan page. It's got the videos on it. Okay, things like that. So what we'll do with those videos, I will explain how I'm using it, and you can basically copy exactly what I'm doing, or you can just get some pointers and do it your own way. Okay. No more questions? I'm kind of finished already.
That's all for the questions, Tony. There's not really many questions tonight.
Yeah, okay. So what I suggest, guys, go through this, okay? Go through some of those links that I've given you. Have a look. Don't spend any money just yet, okay? Wait till you get the videos. But have a look and you get some good ideas. And this forum's actually very, very good. I like Tarek stuff. He's got some really good stuff in there. And, you know, it's a great place to join up and get some good up-to-date information about SEO stuff. It's actually a very, very good forum, okay? It's got some decent people in there posting some decent stuff. And he's got some good pointers, and he's got a nice blog in there as well where you can get some good strategies and good information. Okay, he's also got a membership, which I think is about $97 a month, and with that membership you get some tools as well, some very, very good tools. So if you're going to have a look over there, you'll get some good ideas for SEO stuff from him. Okay, so I'm pretty much done, guys, unless you've got some questions, because otherwise we're jumping into week 2. Or traffic.
Okay, I'm getting a question from George. He's asking, is GSA and rank-wise similar to Video Send Alpha, or are they very different?
Very different. Video Send Alpha is doing video distribution. Okay, that's all it's doing. In various forms, various formats, it's doing video distribution. GSA will do things like articles and bookmarks and all that kind of stuff as well. Although we're doing bookmarks inside Video Send Alpha, what they're doing with GSA is just different types of sites. They're not the best quality links, okay? But that's why you need high volume of them as well. And that's why people have to keep refreshing the links that they're sending to various URLs with a tool like that. But some people have got it done really, really well. Holly does it very, very well. She's done a couple of courses on that. You know, there's a whole bunch of information about GSA out there. I don't use it myself. I find it complicated. When I see something complicated like that, I kind of back away. And I'm sort of used to doing my own stuff anyway, but from time to time I will go into Fiverr and maybe order a gig, for example, and get someone else who knows what they're doing to go and do it for me. Okay. Rank Quiz is a little bit more different. It's a little bit more with the Web 2.0 stuff. but it's got some interesting options in there. Again, I don't use it because I use my own stuff. Video Send Alpha can do a lot with the video embeds with the Web 2.0 sites. So, you know, if you want to use RankBiz, maybe you can find it as part of a bundle inside Fiverr, for example, and you can use it like that. Or FCS Network is another one that's kind of similar. SendWire is another one that's kind of similar. Okay. Any more?
That's pretty much all the questions, Tony.
Okay, let's wrap this up then, and you've got a lot of resources there to go and take a look at, and you can go and have a look down the slide as well. You can see the other stuff that we've got coming up, okay? So Traffic Webinar 2, I think, is on, when's the next one? Let's see. When's the next one? Next Sunday is the SEO Sunday. We're back on that one. I think we're on Monday. We should have a webinar on Monday. Then we'll probably do another one Wednesday as well. Oh no, we got one on Wednesday. I might fit one in for Monday. Let me decide later today, and I'll send an email out today if we're going to do that. If not, we will fit another one in before Sunday. Okay, maybe on Friday, something like that. Okay, and we can do that one. Will be a Q&A. And for the paid traffic, we need another webinar as well. We might actually have to do 2 more webinars for traffic. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, if there's no questions, guys, I think we're done for now, because most of the stuff is going to be in the step-by-step videos, which is better for you. Okay, and we can do a Q&A later in the week for that as well. All right. So thank you for coming. Thanks, Robert. I'll see you guys later.
Good night.
Bye.